really hard, actually. And there is a small minority of people of color, and we all kind of could relate a little bit to each other because we all understood how it was to feel on the outside. So we had that small connection between us. So it was almost like we had a little group of, we felt comfortable with each other. But when we were, with other kids and teachers, the curriculum there was really one-sided, and there was a lot of biases, I feel, and some incidents, including racism and things that just shouldn't have been said.
I went to a predominantly white institution, Alabama Christian Academy, a day school that's down there. And even my time there at Alabama Christian was interesting because I was one of 2 black students to graduate from my class when I was in high school. And for me, I didn't have a me when I was in high school. Right? And so at the end of the day, I'm me, particularly for black and brown students, but especially for white students to see that I have to be there for them too, is because I didn't exist when I was in high school. There was no me.
It really impacted them in a negative way because people didn't understand different viewpoints. They always saw this one side, and I think that's very negative for a young child to go through, because all of a sudden when they grow up and they go out in the world, there's so many things that they don't realize and they don't learn, and with this one-sided view, it's going to be really difficult for them to connect with other people, to see other sides. And not only that, it's damaging for people who are like the ones being shared about, and they see this and they're like, whoa, they're talking about me with this awful point of view. This happens a lot with Muslims, and my family is Muslim, and every time Islam was brought up in like lessons, it was always this negative side. It was always that they were bad, violent people. So the way I felt is, do people really see me like this? Do they see all Muslims as these violent people? Is this how my classmates are not going to see me? My teachers, my community? If you always show the one side of a group, a race, or anything, then people will only see that. They will only see that when they look at you. They won't understand there's more to you. And it's damaging for everyone, the whole economy, the community, the world.
Yep, for me, I'm going to say this. Me going to ACA, this predominantly white institution, this independent school, was probably the best decision that ever happened to me. It was transformational. It had a huge impact on my own trajectory, especially in terms of the direction I would go in. I had mentors, I had folks who guided and led me. I had folks who were my friends, and they were my friends because they loved me, they cared about me. They were not my friend because I was Eddie Carson, right? I mean, they were my friends because of me. I would definitely say they were welcoming. Were they wholly inclusive? Probably not. They were not inclusive to the sense where my lens, right, being a black man in the school, was not, I struggled and saw things very, very differently. In many ways, people couldn't understand the world by which I saw this frame. I'll never forget, and I'm not going to mention the sister's name because I'm in contact with her, and I like her a lot, but, I'll never forget an English teacher I had that thought it was okay for us to read Gone with the Wind, and to really praise and kind of celebrate this somewhat, antebellum Dixie approach to the world. And that just struck me at the time, to not being somewhat inclusive. Now, in this person's defense, she's evolved in a lot of ways too. But yet, there was this really, what I would call right-wing conservative ideological element that existed there that was very uncomfortable.